is Caitlin. Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about mental health by way of talking about Love Island. And I also want to try to recreate this look by Vanilla Maze. You can't really see it that well. Every freaking picture of her, like, you could kind of see it here, but you can't really see it that well up close. Annoying. I tried to take a picture of her in the TikTok, but she kept, like, her face, she literally did not hold still the entire time. So I'm kind of just going off vibes here, and I hate that for me, but I'll give it a try anyway. I'm not a professional, but mind you, the lighting in this apartment has never been it. The lack of colors I have actually disturbs me. Like, I need a new palette. It's just not a priority at this moment, babe. This is recession makeup, and we're working with what we got. Okay, so I'm gonna start off, well, will I? With this white concealer, LA Girls Pro Conceal. So I'm gonna take this LA Girl Pro Conceal, babe. Cheap don't mean it don't work. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. I don't know. Okay, so Love Island. So we've always had some toxic girlies every season, you know. I'm putting white because she had white on her eye, and I just want to make it whiter, you know what I mean? We have always had toxic girlies. Season 5 we had Destiny, very toxic girly. Last year we had Kayla and Aaron, toxic. This year we have Huda and Jeremiah. The difference though is, for me, I think, it seems as though Huda's toxicity is much different than what we've seen in the past. I think there's something honestly and truly wrong here. And it kills me because people will be like, oh, mental health is so important. You know, people should speak up more about their mental health. Destigmatize mental health. Yeah. And yet, whenever she is so clearly having a mental health episode on national television, she's not being taken seriously. Production should force, you know, they should, it seems to me that she's forcing their hand and she should be sent home, because it seems like she's becoming a danger to herself and potentially to others. And I'm not trying to, like, diagnose anybody, but from a former crash out and mentally unstable person, and somebody who's like mental health first aid certified, I'm not saying I'm a fucking professional, like, I don't have a medical degree in this, but I think we can call a spade a spade. Unfortunately, it's not getting any more symmetrical than this. So I really hate to be a Huda defender, and I hate, honestly, that it had to, like, I guess, come to this or whatever, because I liked her before she went in. I thought she was going to be a favorite of mine, and the way things are shaking out, it just not it. And I'm not trying to, like, excuse her behavior or whatever, because I do think that she has been horrible to people in there. She's been horrible to Iris. She was horrible to Amaya, calling other girls like bitches before you even get to know them, just for looking at a man who's not even really your man. You know what I mean? And I don't completely blame her. I do think Jeremiah is toxic as well. He definitely went in there and did love bomb her. Not kissing the other girls. Whenever that kissing challenge, the night that Charlie and Sierra came in, like, oh, did you get up and kiss anybody? Did you get up and kiss anybody? Like, he was weird as fuck. And then when she returned the energy, he got freaked out and backed off. And I think he really got freaked out whenever she was like, yeah, I have a child. And he was like, oh, I really don't want to be a stepdad. I think he was kind of looking for ways to, like, get out of the situation or relationship from there. Or so I thought. Because as the shows, like, progressed and time kind of went on, it kind of seemed like he was really fucking with it. And he really liked that crazy ass shit. Like, her acting like this and you're saying, oh, you're so cute. Is everything okay at home? Like, you're scaring me. You know, they were intimate. They got, like, real deep real fast, I guess. And I can definitely see how that is a red flag for some people. And I think they were both wrong, but the way that she has behaved in the last few episodes is completely unacceptable. And it's not to say I'm like excusing the behavior or whatever, but I do think it is signs of like an actual crisis. Like, she's not okay, she's not doing well. She's probably never been away from her daughter or her family for this long, or, you know, whatever the situation might be. She had a friend come online and say, oh, she never watched the show before this, which maybe you should have watched the show before you came on a show. I don't know. That's just me. I don't have gray. I have this. This is called Display. It's like a dusty mauve. And this is called Pose. This is more pinkish. You can't even really see it, honestly. Hello. Yeah, okay. She's in a situation where she's not thriving. You're not doing well. They saved her twice. And I really feel like production set it up this way with two recouplings so close to each other in the hopes that Huda would go home. Because maybe they don't want to look like the bad guys and like kick her out or whatever. Which I really feel like they should, like, just stand up and do it. That would be best for everybody, because obviously everybody is having not a good time because of her actions. She's trying to sabotage, you know, any other relationship that Jeremiah would want to be in. I just don't think personally that it's a good environment for her. And I know some people are like, oh my god, reality TV gold, like, we're living for the drama, blah blah blah. It's exhausting to live in that, and it's exhausting to see it. And I don't want to stop watching a show that I like because, you know, production refuses to do anything about a contestant who's obviously not okay. Her behavior has not been okay. Her you know, backlash, outcry has not been okay. But what has also not been okay, and I do recognize that people see this behavior and think it's not okay, which it's not. But coming online and saying all this shit about this girl who has a daughter, who, you know, she's gonna get out of this house one day and she's gonna come back and see what people said about her. And yes, it's partly her fault because of how she acted, but I think in her mind she's having a normal reaction. I think in her mind she's having a normal reaction to the situation that she's in. And I think that whenever she gets out and sees how people are responding to her reactions, that she's going to be worse. And she has a daughter, you know, that she's the primary caregiver for. And I'm sure seeing all these things are not going to be helpful for her mental health. Like, even the father of her kid has come out and been like, yeah, y'all need to hop off my baby mama's dick because this is not okay and I'm worried about her mental health. And I think that's great of him to come out and say that. But y'all have to remember, people make memes like, oh, me and my little Sims are voting on, you know, what my Sims are going to do tonight or whatever in response to the Love Island characters. But these are people at the end of the day who have to get out of there and live a regular life. And some people are like, oh, it's her fault, she shouldn't have went on the show, she shouldn't be walking around half naked, she shouldn't be da 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 da. And that's just victim blaming to me, because I do partially think that she's a victim. And I also would like to remind that there are people who have gone on this show and come off and killed themselves because of how people reacted to and treated them once they got out, how people acted toward them online. And it would be a whole different story if that's what happened, because a lot of you bitches would be guilty. So I just want to remind people, the 7 people that will watch this, I want to remind people that these are people at the end of the day, and while it doesn't excuse the behavior, there is a reason for this behavior. And I'm sure Jeremiah has a reason for his behavior too. He obviously needs some therapy because he's also manipulative. But Huda has been a manipulative bully, and I think she's doing things out of emotional survival for whatever she's been through in her past. And again, not excusing any of it, I don't think her behavior is okay, but y'all need to hop off her dick, because I think this girl really needs help. Anyways, I'm the queen of my makeup, never looking like the inspo.